Thanks for joining us for CBN NewsWatch. I'm Mark Martin. Here are some of the big headlines we're following in the CBN newsroom. President Trump rejected a bipartisan immigration deal Wednesday. The Senate proposal was aimed at trying to solve the conflict over DACA. Trump called the deal, quote, horrible and weak. He told Reuters in an interview the plan was, quote, the opposite of what he campaigned for. The president says there is still time to make a deal, but there is concern that a government shutdown may happen at the end of the week. The president is also denying claims that the U.S. will move its embassy to Jerusalem by the end of this year. The comments come after Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the embassy move will happen, quote, much faster than you think within a year from now. But the president told Reuters he would not move the embassy within a year. The president did say he is working to make sure the embassy moves sometime soon. A conservative blogger known as the activist Mommy is crying foul after Facebook says a group that threatened to burn her alive doesn't violate its community standards. Elizabeth Johnston is the activist Mommy, and her conservative videos on subjects like marriage, sex, and abortion usually go viral. She recently voiced concern about a private Facebook group that was titled, "I will find activist Mommy and burn whoever runs it alive." Facebook said they looked into the claim but did not see a problem. The group has now changed its name to "May God make the activist Mommy spontaneously combust." In other news, the number of deadly flu cases continues to spike across the United States, and one 12-year-old in Michigan died from flu-like symptoms early this morning. The epidemic is hitting California particularly hard. There are already 142 flu-related deaths this season in San Diego County. 51 were reported just last week, and we'll have more on some of these stories later in the show and at cbnnews.com. The Southern U.S. is shoveling out after a slow-moving winter storm dumped almost a foot in some areas and killed at least 10 people. Dale Hurd has the story.
This isn't the kind of weather most Southerners signed up for. Record-breaking freezing temperatures, chaos on icy roadways, and even death. New Orleans was under a deep freeze warning.
It's crazy for us in the deep south because we don't have anything that's prepared for this kind of weather. And our pipes are freezing. Yeah, it's just crazy. The sun feels good. That's the redeeming thing right now.
Some residents in the Atlanta suburbs made the most of a rare snowy day with golf cart sledding.
Well, living in Georgia, we don't get snow very often, so it's really a great surprise, and we can look outside and we can see snow and know that we're going to have a great snow day.
It's rare here. This is the second time this year we've had snow. Most years we don't get any, so this is great fun.
Some parts of North Carolina saw as much as 10 inches of snow. While in Virginia, this man was wearing shorts when his Jeep flipped.
They're going to be like, who's this crazy man with shorts on in the snow?
At least 4 people died in Louisiana, including an 8-month-old baby in a car that slid into a canal in suburban New Orleans. 2 others died along an icy stretch of I-75 southeast of Atlanta. In North Carolina, state troopers responded to 1,600 crashes. About 30,000 homes and businesses were without power, including about half in Durham and Wake counties. The cold drove record electrical usage in parts of the South where many homes rely on electricity for heating and hot water. But many Southerners still loved this rare glimpse of what many Northerners wish they had a lot less of.
It is beautiful. This is God's masterpiece.
Much warmer weather is on its way to the rescue, but it's still only mid-January, and there could be more bad winter weather across the country, including the South. Dale News.
The grandparents of the 13 starved and tortured children in California are speaking out. Betty and James Turpin say they were in shock when they learned of the arrest of their son David Turpin and his wife Louise Turpin this week. They say their son's family looked happy and healthy when they last visited California 6 years ago. The grandmother says her son told her he had so many kids because God wanted him to. She says he shared her Pentecostal Christian faith, but wasn't affiliated with a church in California. The couple is expected to make their first court appearance today. It's flu season again, and as Lori Johnson reports, there are some basic and natural ways to help guard against getting the flu in the first place.
This year, the flu season hit early, and it will likely last until April. According to the CDC, the best prevention is a flu shot, and it's still not too late to get one. While doctors tout the vaccine as the best flu prevention, there are other ways. Topping that list, washing your hands. But you have to do it right. Get a good lather going and keep it going 20 seconds, about as long as it takes to sing the happy birthday song twice. Rinse really well and dry with a clean towel. If there's no soap and water handy, hand sanitizers are a good substitute. Just make sure it's at least 60% alcohol and rub till your hands are dry. The flu virus can live on a hard surface for up to 2 days, so regularly disinfect all those things you might touch on a daily basis, like doorknobs, remote controls, refrigerator handles. Our bodies are designed to fight off viruses like the flu naturally, but the catch is you have to have a strong immune system. Do get at least 8 hours of sleep. Drink lots of water, eat nutritious foods, and take supplements including fish oil, vitamin C and D, and also try the natural antibiotic virgin coconut oil. 1 tablespoon in the morning and at night should do it.
The coconut oil tends to keep the bacteria down so that if you're assaulted with the virus, your immune system can concentrate on the virus. It doesn't have to concentrate on 27 other bacteria that you may have been exposed to that day.
Don't eat food with a lot of sugar or trans fats. They can cause inflammation, which weakens your immune system. Stress will also do that, so keep it low with prayer and exercise. So avoid the flu by getting the vaccine, keeping yourself and your environment clean, and your body strong. Lori Johnson, CBN News.
Well, stay with us. There's much more of CBN NewsWatch still ahead. Welcome back to CBN NewsWatch. A big shift is underway in America's schools. For some students, yesterday's challenges of reading, writing, and arithmetic have given way to new struggles like depression, insecurity, and the pressure to succeed. Now, schools across the country are tackling those issues in the classroom, also with academics. Caitlin Burke shows us how they're doing it.
As a parent, what do you want most for your children? Your answer might be along the lines of happiness, good health, confidence, all skills we hope our children learn as they go through life. Now, imagine teachers offering those lessons in addition to the usual classroom subjects.
There's a big gap in our educational system. There's a big gap in the way we raise children, not just in the U.S., but around the world, where we really focus on their success or their success matrix. Did they pass a test as measures of how well they're doing? And the reality is that doesn't necessarily prepare them to enter the world and be functioning adults or be adults who contribute to society.
The answer is positive education. That's the combination of traditional education with the study of happiness and well-being. It teaches children their character strengths and how to successfully engage them.
We have a group of children that we're studying now that took the program some 12 years ago. And they tell us things like, I would have never gotten through college without this. The ability to actually not awfulize, when things start to go a little bit wrong, the ability to be able to recover from failure, the ability to be able to be more optimistic, to be able to plan and organize yourself better, to be able to apply focused awareness to the tasks that you need to have. These are the things that are going to make a child resilient for a lifetime.
We went to Dallas to see how the Innovation Design Entrepreneurship Academy, also known as IDEA, incorporates this curriculum.
Our students work through things that we call next generation skills. They're often referred to as 21st century skills. Things like being a professional collaborator, taking feedback, giving really respectful feedback, working well with others, communicating issues clearly with both adults and classmates and coworkers. So things that really help students feel comfortable taking ownership of things that they're feeling, the things that they're working on, so that they feel powerful enough and confident enough in themselves to make a difference in the classroom and in their communities.
Kids are quickly embracing this new way of learning.
Students feel that they are leaders of their own lives, and they're also more comfortable in environments where they might be younger than everyone else.
Bringing these lessons into the classroom will ideally help prevent depression, encourage social responsibility, and also enhance academic achievement. It's a concept that's slowly spreading thanks to events sponsored by outlets like Live Happy magazine.
The purpose of the Festival of Positive Education is really to be a launching point for this new kind of education, to really get it out there to teachers, to superintendents, to parents, policymakers, to really promote the academic achievement and also the character development in school.
For us at Live Happy, it's really important to begin teaching children how they can be in charge of their own happiness, their own success, and helping them build the skills to become thriving members of society. And the International Positive Education Network is all about that, getting character, strengths, ethics into the school system.
It does so by grading schools worldwide on positive education practices. Ideas that work are then passed along through conferences like the Dallas Festival and through policy reform.
Right now, the universal definition around the world is that social and emotional learning helps reduce bad behavior. And that's fine, but that's table stakes. I want to move it up into the area of how do we help children thrive? How do we help children flourish? How do we help them become creative, curious for a lifetime?
That's a question supporters hope to answer through increased awareness, research, and continued success of positive education programs. Caitlin Burke, CBN News, Dallas, Texas.
Up next, we're sitting down with the cast of the new film, Forever My Girl. Thanks for staying with CBN NewsWatch. We're bringing you now a first look at the film Forever My Girl. It tells the story of a music superstar who reunites with his first love and realizes he's paid hefty for his success. Ephraim Graham has the story.
Thank you, you guys are awesome. Don't water down my whiskey, baby. Can't you see that I'm 100 proof? I'm a shotgun cockback.
What attracted you to this story?
I think the company, just in general, we were looking for something light and fun and music. We just wanted to have a great time making a movie, and we did.
I'm sorry about your grandma, Josie.
Hey, Liam.
Hey, Dad.
What a punch you socked me with yesterday.
That was just a warning shot.
So this is where you work.
I own it. I actually did something with my life after you walked out.
The chemistry between the two leads, also amazing. And I was reading that they actually didn't have a chemistry read or...
It wasn't till he walked into the office and she did her thing with Bethany. And Billy was just that was just a no-brainer, right?
Hi, sweetie. Hey, I know you. You're that country star my mama listens to. Not really my cup of tea, no offense.
None taken.
Billy.
How old are you, Billy?
I'm 7.
Abby, who plays Billy, steals every single scene.
I do too. You should have been on set.
I know. She is the literally
firecracker.
Firecracker. I mean, she would just ad lib and do all that. It was really interesting. Her and Alex's relationship from the time, obviously, she auditioned, she came in, and there were other girls. It was like immediate.
Instant.
I mean, they were just like doing stuff together. It was like a father and like meeting his daughter for the first time.
That's your car.
Yeah. What's wrong with it?
I don't do convertibles. They're too dangerous.
Come on, it'll be fun, no?
Do you know the stats on surviving an accident in a convertible?
No, I do not.
Well, they are low, Liam. Staggeringly low.
Jess, it's my understanding you really wanted this role.
I loved the script. I loved how much heart and passion was in it. I loved how strong and independent a woman Josie was, and how her heart is broken at such a young age, but she doesn't let that define her.
You should come with us until you're comfortable with me and Billy spending time together, obviously.
So you, me, and Billy?
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna happen between us there.
When Liam comes back into the picture, she doesn't kind of just open her arms and allow him to run back in. She makes him work for it.
I'll pick you up in my dad's car.
Oh.
So she gave you those stats on convertibles, huh?
Yep. You missed the whole concert. That's 20,000 fans wondering where Liam Page is.
So you think you're ready to be a dad? So you spent a couple weeks playing house?
I'm not sure how long I'm gonna be here for.
He seems like he's got a lot of stuff going on.
He's got a lot, yeah, he's got a lot of stuff going on. And I think that's kind of what I fell in love with, was the idea that he'd have this arc, and he'd have an opportunity to start there. And through coming home, through like reconnecting with his family and with his roots, he kind of goes on some kind of journey of growth.
Hey Liam, why'd you leave my mama?
I was young, I got lost.
But you found your way back now, right?
Forgiveness is really important. And between the two of you, how important is it to see that play out?
The part of forgiveness, at least for yourself, is moving on. And so I think that when he returns, the old wound is opened up again, but the forgiveness in that aspect comes more, can you be a part of our lives? Can you raise my daughter?
7.
Have I forgiven you to that point?
I didn't find out that I was pregnant until a couple weeks after what was supposed to be our wedding day.
What's going on down there, Liam? Turns out I have a daughter.
Does your halo grow heavy?
I have no right to ask for much here at all, but I want to get to know Billy.
This is moving way too fast.
You like teddy bears, right?
Yeah, when I was 4.
Billy Ann, what's gotten into you?
I said I wanted to meet him, but I never said I'd be easy on him.
She got a point, sis.
One of the love angles I love is the love of a small hometown, getting home.
That's why that last song, Finally Home, resonates with not only the audience, but for us as producers. It's so the message of the film. You know, you go back home to be forgiven and loved.
I'd give it all for you if you let me. This heart don't have a home without you in it, no. I'd stand before you as a man who's been broken, true words never spoken, no. Is that enough? Is that enough for your love?
Looks like a great storyline. Forever My Girl hits theaters tomorrow. It's rated PG. Well, don't go away. There's more of CBN NewsWatch right after the break. We'll be right back. Provided free medical care this week to a remote community in Haiti that has no health care facilities. A team of doctors, pharmacists, and nurses conducted a 2-day medical mission in the village of Cornillon-Grambois. They helped more than 600 adults and children with a variety of issues. They also provided wound care, anti-parasite medicine, vitamins, medication, and more. And Operation Blessing brought a safe water solution to the community that will greatly improve public health. I'll tell you what, it seems like Operation Blessing is everywhere. What a wonderful organization. Well, that's going to do it for CBN NewsWatch. You can find more of our exclusive coverage of the issues you care about most at cbnnews.com. And also tell us what you think about the stories you've seen here. And you can do that by emailing newswatch@cbn.com. Or be sure to talk to us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Say hi to us on social media. Hope you'll join us next time. Have a great day.